What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Panya. I'm here to acknowledge your frequency, to alter your consciousness, to heighten your mind, to transcend abundant deprivation, to ascend to this lesser room here on earth. Embody one spirit, here and now, not delaying time. Now, when we ask who we are, do you know who you are? Do you ask yourself, who am I? To universe. So do you know who you are? Why are we here? Who are you? Who are you to be? All of the stars has to be in alignment, incongruent with the visions, with the identity, with the value and belief of our capability, our capacity to be humanity. The behaviors and the environment does become the identity of yourself as well too. It's the level of the stars of ourself work in subconsciousness level. This is where we get to see who we are, because the environment that we're in that has some impact, some infectious, some contaminations, some love, all the great mix in the subconscious mind. That's when we take the time for ourselves to recalibrate. In this way, we are able to perceive things in a different perspective, different angle. And this is why I believe that it is so important we can start to uncover, unveil, reveal our visions that we see, that we want, that we dream. And sometimes it's not all that clear. However, the vision that we create, just like an artist paint a brush, just like a photographer take a picture with light, capture that in the mind, subconscious mind, within the divine mind, or whatever is fine, and redefine the beautiful scripture, the beautiful scope of the physique of that beautiful, gorgeous lady. As we reprogram, this is not the alignment with the desire. We gotta reshape that, recalibrate that, reconfigure, reconcentrate, and recalibrate to make things concrete. The decision for that beautiful destination we all sought out for, right? It's the dreams, the destination, the island, the reality of that heaven, or the heavenly mansion from the gate. As we explore to find that come together, the decorations, it's the consecrations. And within the subconscious mind is this constant projection out of the route and creating the reality through the theater, right? That we watch the theater, is our mind, is analogy. So that experience with people, the environment, and the circumstances that had happened. And if those experiences are not in alignment with you, you know what you need to do, right? We need to recalibrate ourselves. We still need to learn as we grow, as we evolve, as we have the vision. We're gonna have to feel more connected with ourselves, so we won't be disconnected with others. As you see yourself with the confidence that you are, that it's gonna just be yourself as we are meant to be. If not, you would drop it and you're gonna go with the low level of your self-esteem, because you wouldn't know deep down inside that you are not being true to who you are. So when you ask yourself, who am I? This is the question that stimulates, and that's where you're gonna recalibrate to know who you were once was. The mind, the knower, the all-pervading, the universal love. That's the question, who am I? It's the simulations of who you are with the universe to see, like this world of the matrix. It's when you ask, who am I? Is where we're going to discussing the premise of here, this video of who am I, is that you have a false sense sometimes of your identity. And you have the identity, and most of us live life in an early stage, and through our life, through our incarnations, we identify false senses sometimes, and people think that's who we are. People that know us in the past, that's the only things that they recognize of who we were, not who I am now. That is just their own perceptions, and the result of that is that's the differentiation of who we are from them, with others that we have incorporated within us to form an identity that might not be necessarily resonate with them anymore now, because we are no longer what they once know who we were. People change, seasons change, years change, we age. And the kind of life that we want to live as we lift others up, lift ourselves up, and a lot of time we might find ourselves so bond to that reality that we assume to be on a debate even as ourselves. The consciousness, as it goes up, as we ascend as a human being, ascensions, we start uncovering various circumstances, situations, and layers, just like onions, layer of us, layer of our mind, the extra sensory perceptions, this extra world that call it extraterrestrial. It might sound a little esoteric, but the revelation is the extra world revealed to us that we are not really living our true value, true nature, because who we are is beyond this physical form. We have the vibration. That's why we know we have to love life. All life matters. Black life matters. That's the truth. That's our truth. That's Pinnacle VC Performance. Panya Pinnacle Pillar 3. Panya. Heaven. Universal love. Equal family. That's our truth. Peaceful warrior. It's when we show up through little circumstances or an X out by the fact that we cannot just accept whatever that comes at us. We need to use our discernment, not being acquiescent. We got to be the person that gets certain to the point in life where they really ask the question, who am I? And what am I a part of? Do we want to be in a part of just like the masses who just wearing a mask and have no question about why should they wear masks, and just see just on the televisions that tell you lies, and CNN is constant negative news, and it's just a deal breaker. We have got multiple layers to help you vision. Then from there's the identity that we got, value and belief, the capability, behavior, and the environment. Because our environment, you go out there, you look and you see, what do you see? You think it's normal wearing those masks? I can't breathe. Does that mean something? It's symbolic of you understand now? Yes. So as we work in this vision, who you are is who you want to be. Be that who you are. Be that beautiful being that you are. Be that beautiful spirit. Be that gorgeous lady that I say, what's up, I love you. And the vision for most people who have not really learned to connect to the concept, call a subconscious mind. Because we got conscious, the subconscious, right? And the subconscious, or the higher self, the godlike mind, the intuitive, the intuition, the hunch, right? Is the result that tell people, telling you that you should have the vision now. By now. It's 2021, it's been a year already. By now. Use your logical thinking, analytical thinking mind, right? Not so much of the negative that they're trying to put you down. It's just that we go through life assuming that other people know what's up and what's best for them and what's best for us. to discover themselves for the self-confidence, self-competence, self-confidence, self-actualization, self-realization, self-love, self-respect goes out when we start to ask the question, what do we really want? Who am I? Who are we really? And how do we define, how do we discover or find our purpose and go about living the rest of our life? How do you want to live the rest of your life? I asked a few individuality as well too. Do you enjoy wearing masks? Do you like wearing masks? Some, they do not like. I take that back. It's a year past now. They say they don't like it. So ask yourself, do you really want to live the rest of your life wearing a mask? We ask this question, the same asking and you shall receive. Make a lot of sense. Ask and you shall receive. So I'm asking you, do you want the mask off? And they say yes, but they wouldn't want to do anything about it. But like I said, we will speak for those who are unable to speak for themselves. That's also including animals. That's also including employee workers that this explained a moment of discovering our vision to make it happen so we can live freely, so I can see the beautiful smile in your face, so you can breathe freely as a sovereign being, as a free spirit, to create this reflection upon us, this in this time, historical time, this this journey in our life. And perhaps it is an extended one, as a matter of fact, for us all, for the time being, to found the blessing to have more gratitude, which based on our love for ourselves, because loving ourselves is a prerequisite of loving others. And taking our time, you take your time thinking of who you are, the belief system that you had, the vision that you had is based on other people thinking as well too, that is somehow transmitted to you, the frequency, the vibrations. So as you start to do what other people are telling you to do, or as you felt you should be doing to advertise, or whatever you really felt really honoring, you do that to honor yourself. You weren't really happy while you're wearing masks, but you still have to wear masks. But it doesn't have to be that way. We're living in this modern time where we, as a sovereign being, just like the Matrix, best movie in the world, baby, Keanu Reeves too, great actor, gratitude. He's a good role model, as a matter of fact, an actor, an honest and integrity, compassionate, empathy. Bless you, gratitude. So we gotta do what brings us happiness, because happiness is the way. There is really no way to happiness. Happiness is already within you. When you find happiness within you, that is the way, that is happiness. So you question yourself, who am I? I really want to know who you are. So who are you? When you ask yourself, who am I? So what I really want is that for you to take a moment, and all of a sudden at some point in your life, you will have that vision, something that you will see. You have kids, you will see, do you really want my kids to wear the mask? I didn't like it when my son wore a mask. So within this extremely passionate about, not really, well, when you have kids, you have to have passion. You want the best for your kids, right? You want to be excited about when we see them. You know, we're gonna just drop all this, everything, and just give them big, nice, big hugs. So now we're traveling, wearing masks. You had a hunch and the inspiration to do something. We all do. Those who have awakened from the sleep of ignorance. That's what stimulates us. by asking questions, by seeing what's out there that is just unreal, that is unnatural. It's like a freaking genesis of finding, in a way, that is also a blessing in disguise, where you find your own vision, your true self as you visit, in order to organize, to orchestrate, and to create, to recreate in the recreation. When you have fun, you start to go down deeper within your own path, your own self, your own journey into your reservoir, as you adore more of yourself and explore the unity and unifications that uncover every elements and spirit and subconscious, superconscious, or Lord Buddha or Kuan Yin and Christ consciousness is where the vision comes alive to the point where there's no return. To start to cultivate and you really mean it when you are congruent with your words. It's the confidence it is that is in your own self, that intrinsically that is just cannot be taken out. Because a true warriors never give up. As we learn in life, but you would begin to listen to yourself, your own intuitions, and from there on, you uncover more of your pieces of the Pisces, of the magnanimous, of your visions, of the outlook, of the constellations. It's all similar to just zodiac sign of your who you are, the 12th. Here we are, the 12th, giving you that Seahawks. A soar above the sky, soaring beings. That's where the alignment is within your own visions. When you go to recalibrate, training yourself and align yourself, breath work with yourself, samadhi. Find a cool, calm, collective, and concise within yourself. The vision as the visionary, and we're talking about that true visions, that your real identity, not the egotistical, swollen. No, this is about your true self. The divisions have to be in line with the identity of the identity, layer upon layer, like onions. Tastes so bomb, isn't it? The onion is what I meant. So within the self-image, you refer to as who am I? Most of us haven't yet done this work, haven't yet rediscovered, redefined, scope the masterpiece in the making, baby. Is to align who we are as we question ourselves, who am I, right? It's the true self when we are in line with our true senses of our identity. And that identity is the image that we paint the last stroke, and we step back and we see what else needs to be corrected, what else fine line that need to be just add on, just dab on, or tap, or just slap that ass, the peach's ass. And of course, which has been created, the nice curve, the nice, gorgeous, the beautiful heart, the environment. As we do this phenomenal work of our dharma within ourselves, we said we want to align ourselves, our image, with the vision, without guessing, more intentional, more deliberate. That because self-image is your ideas, isn't it? Is your dreams of who you want to become in the process. It's the actualization, self-realization, it's the worthy ideals. It is something that you have to do it as a habit, become habitual, and that having you do daily, it become you. That's how you know who you are when we do that on a regular, without rigidly though. It's not going to be rigid. It's out of respect within yourself, that whole, the integrity, that congruence, that peaceful warrior, being still, being true to who you are, battling oneself, conquering oneself. It's the identity that is not gonna let you down. You embrace the vision based upon your own true value that you put in for yourself. be the owner of the true vision by reflecting at the programming as we reprogram the mind, as we look upon our vision, seeing through the lens of this optical nerve. Let's take it back a little bit here. It's going to be the subconscious mind. Not just an analytical thing mind, but using the right hemisphere as well too, as we combine with the mind-heart coherence. We make things changes that we desire. That's going to be in alignment with who we are. The visions, the contemplations, the adorations, the admirations, the consecrations. Gotta love it. The conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the superconscious mind, the sublime mind, become in alignment with all things as things and one and the world are inherently one. Nature, Gaia, Mother Earth, Gaia, God, isn't it not? Like the true value, belief, winning the capabilities is the possibilities of the potentialities to have the behavior to be in the environment begin to change. That automatically, a lot of time you will find within yourself necessarily burst bliss with ecstasy. That's just the production, the orchestration, the synchronicity, the serene deputy to produce a result of what we want to see, because that's what I like to see. That's what I love to be working with somebody, her beautiful, gorgeous lady. I pretty turn love you. I pretty turn love you, baby. And somebody that we know, not used to know, but to know, to have the understanding, to synergistically, to synergize, so we can grow both butterfly or whatever, this goes sky high, climb on, baby, able to do what is possible from the impossible. To know who we are have to do with knowing oneself. And there's something phenomenal about that going on with that identity, that there's something about my girl, and when I'm with her, she's my world. And you realize that this is within all of us, not just in myself, in you as well, beautiful. And this causing some replay, certain scenario, certain stimulation, second place. It's like waiting for the right time, and just patiently, because love takes some time, and patience is virtue. It's a coming again, like a conveyor belt, over again, so we can make it better next time around. It's that act and focus, a certain behavior versus others, not in a bad way, but just in a way that just in alignment with that visions, what we discover with these elements of earth, fire, wind, and water. And the consciousness is within our identity, within the work, the masterpiece in progress, to release the sudden of this masterpiece. But that also takes some time. Every artist know each time they draw, the second time always gonna get better, because they got it. Because either you got it or you don't. So this is the alignment that we become, and also the behaviors. This is at the same time who we hang around with. Also, we pick a little bit apart from them as well too. So you want to make sure you hang around with those who in alignment with you. So that's the healthy relationship, the healthy goals, the healthy ideas. Fitness, goal. Business, goal. Relationship, goals. It's to evolve within yourself and your partner. When a person evolves their sense of image within, and it make it in alignment with their visions, the vision, the visions, the chief abilities, the alchemists, capacity, magically wizard, magician with the value and the belief that the behavior and the environment is synced in one to start to change in a place of a congruency. So that if we try to change our behaviors by not changing our identity, which is our self-image, we're gonna put up with a lot of resistance. So therefore, we are using not force, but give you a hug. Not 6 feet away, but I love you. Because I want to get closer to you, baby. So as we putting, no more putting some force, we're just gonna surrender. My heart coherence instead. So the humanity are existing now. We have use for many things. We try things, we get our ways physically, mentally, and emotionally with some force sometimes. Sometimes we just no need for that anymore. As we get older, there's no force, we just let it go. We just allow it to be. Let it come and let it go. And our consciousness is a series of recalibrating the subconscious mind from the superconscious mind of awareness. As when it arises, we begin to work with higher faculties. The faculties of the mind, we begin to work at a level of visions, of higher level of visions of our identity. And we change the visions from time to time to make the vision matches with our image, our alignment, our congruency, our loved one. But we want to make sure when you communicate with your loved one, it's synergized, not compromised. So I don't get that compromising things very much, because you don't need to lose yourself for anyone. So synergistically, truly, because I believe that every single person on this planet has a vision of their own as well too. So you're in the relationship to support them. I'm in this relationship to support you. So as we discover and rediscover, to understand, to raise the consciousness as it going up, ascending up, high, there's going to be no denying that, because you will notice, and it will continue to grow more and more, because more people are looking to find their true visions. Those true visionaries, the alchemists, baby, the kindred spirit. It is not explicit, and you will find the vision within yourself and honor it, that change, the magnitude, and you are well poised, the magnanimous, balance that out, equilibrium of eco-family versus the identity of just ego-driven and swollen and just rolling and just smoking and just like going a little bit of a insane to the membrane with the mask on like it's needed. Then you be going out, oh my goodness, so ridiculous. I'm not gonna say so much, but you gotta open your eyes and see for yourself. This is the value I believe, that the behavior can change with the capability becoming automatically. So as I mentioned earlier, stage of existence for many years, thousands of years, human have used forces. This here now also putting forces upon the masses. The forces that they want from you, put upon you. It's a little bit too much now, don't you agree? And the force is to try to get what they want, but when you realize that the identity need to be in alignment with your visions, eyes that see. Batman, what would you think of Batman? He wear the mask the wrong way then, right? So as you start to see your mind, the expressions of the attractions of the people, of the community and the world at large. You choose the right people, the environment, and circumstances to be with. Those who have that wisdom, that knowledge, the understanding, the discernments, not just be acquiescing, the meaning of automatically without looking for opinion from others, but rather reflecting upon winning yourself as well too. And honoring your own intuitions, baby. When you honor your own intuition, it means that you wouldn't trust anyone that easily. Because how can you trust the massive that wear masks? That is a result of the optimal behavior and the capability when you see things beyond your scope of practice, your scope of one eyes. You gotta use your pineal gland first eyes to see, to pierce through the veil, to lift it up, to disrupt it, to use your ingenuity. That is a capability really referring to the various things that you know that you have to do to bring forth the result. You gotta bring a result, baby. The certain skill, the certain kind of a passions. And when we all have this in alignment, the visions that brought forth to a new earth, not the new norm. Not the new norm, that's ridiculous. You know that for yourself already. It's been 1 year. Yeah, I can understand. 6 feet away, so the droplet of someone's saliva somehow could spit upon you. It's just, okay, put the mask, but not face mask and all this stuff, is just becoming a little bit too much. The reality in the external world, in the environment now, if everybody were to go and make it a priority to find their visions, when we would have a much more harmoniously within that is within yourself you find the happiness. Happiness is the way. Have that plan within for yourself, because the visions comes consciously, subconscious mind, and within the collective consciousness, there won't be no moss. We will eradicate that. Within that one mind, subconscious mind, the collective consciousness, we are all part of one mind, the universal mind. Within the mind, and we are all individual expressions of that universe, universal love, I would like to say, and also universal mind. In the volume we said, everything is and isn't at the same time. Simultaneously, we are all one. We have the self-expressions, that is the individuality. At the same time, that is singularity. We all share that universal mind. And when we connect to our visions, we work with universal management. Talk about in the moment, that is the power, the universal mind, hunches, inspirations, and intuitions, guidance is to lead us upstream, going against the currents when it's not natural. You're gonna go against the current when it's not natural. You're gonna go. You're gonna flow. We like to let things go. We like to see how things go when we just flow. And within the pathway, subsequently, it will attract us to a certain someone, special someone, certain books, certain movies, as it did for me. It was a book, The Life of Lord Buddha by Venerable Narada. That's back in 2006. That's one of my favorite art there. So you will find a certain person or a certain kind of informations, and that will stir you up and make you pretty passionate, excited. What you will find is that who am I will be answered. When you find who you are, related to yourself, your true visions, that one that excites you, that bring you joy, the happiness, because happiness is the way. In the higher state of consciousness, as we discuss the unconditional love, happiness, bliss, so that your true self, your true being, your true who am I, the visions of your true self is one with unconditional love, the universal mind, the one, when you close your eye, you see just spacelessness, timelessness, right? The joy, the love, the bliss. It is your contribution to the world. And when you uncover who you are, it's kind of like the permission you always seek out for, but you don't need that, because who you are is your own self, the permission you give to yourself. You uncover that, you look at your current situation, you look at your current identity, you look at your self-image, and good God, you are a gorgeous lady.